Fire Crew Dave here. Check it out. I just wanted to say something. I learned a little bit this morning and obviously this weekend. Rest in peace. The Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. 87 years old. Having read up more, I knew she was important and I knew some of the stuff she did, but having really read up on some of the things she did, wow. Okay. For example, the birth control thing. Everybody knows that she helped make birth control readily available, right? Before that, to get birth control, you literally had to have a signed permission slip from your husband. And then even then, if you went to the pharmacist, they might not fill it because they didn't agree with it. And like, what the fuck? A signed permission slip from your husband? Okay, that just shows where women's rights were back then. So just think of that for a minute. Women's rights were in a place to where you couldn't even get medicine unless you had a signed permission slip from your husband. Do you know that Ruth Bader Ginsburg actually participated in over 300 gender discrimination suits? Now, that's huge. You know the difference this woman made? Whether you agree with stuff she did or not is your own right, your own problem, I guess. But you cannot deny that this lady made such an impact on our country. She changed our country, one case at a time. The list of her accomplishments. I mean, she was only one of only 20 women professors over the entire country when she became a professor. She graduated at the top of her class from Columbia. She got into Harvard when women weren't getting into colleges, especially Harvard. Like, this is like insane, some of the stuff she did. So this isn't just some politician that has passed away that you might not know, or maybe they did something. She made a difference. Rest in peace to her. And just wow. I hope that whomever fills her seat is ready to live up to some pretty high expectations, because how do you follow that? I know women's rights are a lot better than what they used to be, but women still are not getting paid the same as men for the same job. Don't get me wrong, there's some women that don't mind being homemakers, there's some women that don't mind a lot of things, but they have the choice to mind it or not now, which is huge. Before, women were just homemakers. They were housewives. They weren't allowed to work. They weren't allowed to vote. They weren't allowed to get medication without their husband's permission. Like, they weren't allowed to do anything. They were kind of treated like trash. And now women have the choice. So, hats off. Rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You fucking rock. And I really, really, really hope that we can get somebody in there that can attempt to fill those shoes. It's really hard to do. That's a big name to live up to. Super proud to live in a country that allowed a woman in times where women weren't allowed to do a lot. Our country still afforded her that option. She was able to do it. Even with hard work, she was able to do it. Second, I also want to take the hats off to the men back then that supported her in a time where a man supporting a woman doing the things she was doing, that was like unheard of. Some man supporting this little lady that's trying to go be a professor at Harvard, to go to college at Harvard and change women's rights and all birth control and all the stuff she did. And there was guys that supported that. Like, hats off to them for being forward thinking and realizing that there is a bigger picture here. Obviously the credit goes to her, but there's definitely some credit for the guys that helped make that happen, because without those men, her accomplishments would have been even harder to come across. So really hats off to everybody that supported her and her herself. Geez, you can't say anything negative about her, really. She changed our world. She helped us become the example for other countries. And to me, that's huge. I do get sick of people throwing their fist in the air, doing this and that and the other. Equality, sometimes it gets a little bit crazy. I'm not going to get into that. But the fact that we have a choice, that women have a choice, what they do or don't want to do, we can owe all of that to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She changed the face of the United States. So hats off to her. We got women in politics. We got women teaching colleges. We got women doing everything now. So let's finish it up and get the women the right wages they deserve. And really see if we can honor her legacy in such a way that we can follow up all her work. Because without her, there'd be nothing to follow. See what I'm saying? All right. Well, you guys have a good day, night, week, summer, whenever you watch the video.